Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a day in the life. I am a stay-at-home mom of 2 under 2. I have a daughter who will be 2 in 2 months, and then I have a son who is just now 4 months old. So it's pretty wild and crazy. So I picked up the camera after we've already started our day a little bit. So I've fed Jax, both kids are awake, and my husband and I are trying to tackle the mess that is our upstairs.
What you doing with your orange juice?
So I don't know how this always happens to me, but laundry is always something that piles up. So I'm really good at taking it downstairs, washing it, putting it in the dryer, but then after that, it just turns into huge piles. So what I'm doing now is making sure that I've got it folded and putting away the clean clothes. Do you do this too? I have like a section where I have a pile of clean clothes and a section where I have a pile of dirty clothes, and sometimes it gets so obnoxious that the piles start to get too close to each other and then I have no idea what's clean and what's dirty, and that's really a problem. So right now I'm just trying to get all the clean stuff away. Now I'm moving into our bedroom and just trying to take different drinks, bottles, all sorts of things, and put those back in their place, and then make my bed. I always feel so much better when my bed is made, but I do struggle to make it every single day. So as I was saying earlier, I have a son who is 4 months old, so you'll see his bassinet is right there. We do plan on moving him to the nursery once he is able to sleep through the night by himself. Right now he is making it long stretches between eating, so he can go like 10 to 12 hours without eating, but he does need support still throughout the night, like with a pacifier, or sometimes he needs to be rocked still, and so that's why mainly he's still in our room. We plan on rewatching our Taking Care of Babies course to help us with that transition for Jax to go into his nursery. So with kiddos, as you can see here with Josie, things take so much longer. So I'm really grateful that my husband works from home and he can help with a lot of stuff. So right now I'm making the bed with Josie, but he is elsewhere upstairs with Jax and cleaning other areas. And it makes it so nice since he doesn't have a commute, and if there was an emergency or if I need help with something, he is most of the time able to come and help me.
That's a fun video.
We don't always start off our mornings cleaning something or straightening our house, but it was so nice on this day to just get things back in their place and clean up. It's amazing how much that weighs on me when I have my space disorganized or cluttery. Once I get everything back in its place, it's like a breath of fresh air, and I always remember, oh yeah, I should, try and keep up with it. But with the 2 kiddos, it makes it pretty challenging. Josie did a great job while we were doing this of playing and hanging out, and I think it's good for her to see us, cleaning and organizing and doing different things, just because it keeps her more occupied and more interested in things instead of just wanting to go down and sit in the same area or play with the same toys. I think this is always good just to switch it up. So we keep all the kids' diapers in their own individual room, and then we just restock diaper caddies as they're needed. It's so nice to have a caddy in our bedroom because Jax is sleeping in there, and to have a diaper caddy downstairs just so we're not having to constantly go up and down when we're needing to change diapers. If you're interested in what I keep in my diaper caddies, I have a video on my channel that has my diaper caddies and my postpartum caddy, and all the items that I use are mentioned in that video. So if that interests you, go check it out. What are you doing in here? You're reading some books? So after hanging out upstairs and cleaning for a little bit, we have moved downstairs and we are hanging out, and we are going to try and get breakfast together and start our day. Your sandwich? Yeah, it's coming. Hi, buddy. You having fun down here? Whoa, you're having so much fun, huh? So sometime between getting breakfast ready and just hanging out for the morning, Jared goes upstairs to his office to start work, and it's just me and the kiddos. You can see our playroom here definitely needs a good clean. There's things all over the place, but that's just a sign of having a good time. Okay, if you have any suggestions on toddler meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, I'd love to have them. Josie can be so picky sometimes, and then she also doesn't like her high chair or sitting in a stool, and so we kind of just go with the flow and do what we can to get her to eat something. So right now I'm feeding Jax and Josie is playing, and that can definitely get hectic. So moving on, I am now putting Jax down for his first or possibly his second nap, depending on how the morning goes, and seeing if he can work himself to put himself to sleep. If not, I will rock him and then set him down asleep. So Jax successfully is laid down, and I am back downstairs with Josie, and we are playing and hanging out, and we'll probably get started on making breakfast number 2 here shortly. So I am just showing Josie different options in our freezer on things she could have for breakfast. I'm not really particular or picky on what she eats, and I let her pick out what she wants to eat most of the time, and sometimes she picks it out and then doesn't touch it, and other times I pick out her meal and she eats all of it. It just kind of depends on the day and her mood and her attitude. I mean, toddlers are crazy, interesting little creatures. So you probably noticed we just looked through the freezer and she couldn't find anything that she wanted, so we moved over to the pantry. But I end up going back to the freezer and just picking something out for her. You saw Jax's monitor and Jax not in his crib, and this is one of those times I'm so grateful that Jared's at home, because he was able to go and pick Jax up and rock him and get him back to sleep in about 5 to 10 minutes, where if I had to do that, lugging Josie upstairs or worrying about her downstairs by herself would have been super stressful for me. But since my husband was available, he just decided to pop in there and help me out, which I am always, always grateful for. So anyone who has little babies or have had kids and have dealt with napping in the past, has this happened to you? When Josie was 3 months, she only napped for 30 minutes independently by herself, and then I had to rock her and extend her nap, or just hold her for her naps, or she wouldn't nap more than 30 minutes. And Jax started doing the same thing at 2 months, and he is now 4 months. And it is just so utterly exhausting to know that he's like only going to sleep for 30 minutes. So if you have tips or tricks, or if your kiddos did that, let me know, because I am willing to try anything to help extend those naps. So I try to have as much meaningful one-on-one time with Josie as I possibly can while Jax is napping, just because I want to continue to build that bond, and I think it's so good for her. But also I am trying to accomplish as much as I possibly can in those 30 minutes, and so I am hanging out with Josie and also tackling the dishes. This is such a fun age for Josie. She is full of energy and personality, and it is so fun and so exhausting at the same time, but I can't wait to continue to see her personality bloom and grow and just watch her grow up. And now to tackle this mess. It really only takes a day or two for dishes to pile up like this, and so I do try my very best to stay on top of it, but sometimes it just gets out of hand, and when the kiddos go to bed, I just have zero motivation and need to just veg out on the couch. We don't really have too much of a routine right now because Jax is so little, so a lot of what we're doing is going with the flow, but typically what we do is we are hanging out in the mornings and playing, getting things accomplished, or that is normally when I'll take Josie and Jax to go do something. I like to meet up with my mom places or go over to her house, and I've recently tried my first outing with both of them. I took them to the library and it was very scary, but it was successful, and so I'm gonna have to, continue to be brave and take them places by myself some more. I think it's great to get the kids out of the house and doing different things, or at least seeing different things. I like to think that even, just going to Walmart is still a learning experience, and getting out of the house and just seeing something other than our four walls is so nice. I don't get out with them every single day, but I try and get out 2 to 3 times a week since I have had Jax, and it's been working out really nice. This girl's always getting into something, and whenever it's quiet, I know she's up to no good. So as you just saw, Josie pulled me over to this area of our house, and so I try not to get frustrated that I can't finish a task. So I do have some dishes still left that need to be done, but since we're over in this area and I have a bunch of laundry, I figured I might as well just hang out over here, try and fold some laundry, and get that accomplished. So while I was finishing up some laundry, Josie decided to, go crazy with her shoes and the toilet paper. And I feel like this is a prime example of like, if you want to finish a task, sometimes other areas or other places get destroyed and messy, and that's just all a part of mom life. I'm going to be so grateful to have these little moments recorded that I can watch back in years to come. So now Jax is awake and Josie and I are headed upstairs to grab him. Now that Jax is awake, we can load up and get in the car. Today we are not doing anything super special. A lot of times I like to go and get a coffee and then run through a car wash or just drive around. I just think it's good to get out of the house. Today we are going to the car wash and I am vacuuming my car as well, since Josie decided to take her snacks the other day and dump them out on the floor. I figured it was time to get those vacuumed up and get the car all fresh and clean. We're back at home now and Josie is watching some Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. She is currently obsessed with Mickey. And while she's doing that, I am rocking Jax, trying to get him to go to sleep. And once he's asleep, I am going to get Josie some lunch and hang out with her before her nap. I know it seems like I've done an excessive amount of laundry in this video, but this is not actually current laundry that I'm folding. These are clothes that no longer fit Jax, and so what I'm doing is just going through and folding them so that they fit nicely in space bags and organizing them. I have enough 0 to 3 month clothes that I need 2 different space bags, and so I am organizing them by gender neutral and things that are more for girls, and then putting them in 2 separate bags so that when we have more kiddos, God willing, that I'll be able to just pull these out and either just use the one for gender neutral clothes if we have a boy, or pull them both out if we have a girl. So since Josie is now asleep, I am spending some tummy time with Jax and trying to get him to roll over. So this right here is a glorious 30-minute overlap in their nap, and so I am rushing through trying to get myself ready for the day, even though it is, 1 or 2 p.m. Sometimes things just don't get done, and so I am washing my face, brushing my teeth, getting all of that done and ready. It just makes me feel 100% better when I'm able to do those things, even if I don't get to it until later in the afternoon. We are going to go see Christmas lights tonight with my family, and so anytime I can do things during the day, way before we leave, it always helps me out. So that time was short-lived, and Josie is now awake, and I am rocking Jax, so I will go get them up. So I didn't get anything filmed getting out the door since that was so crazy, but here we are looking at Christmas lights, and it is just such a beautiful night. and it was so magical. After seeing Christmas lights, we went out to eat with my family, but Jax was so fussy and Josie was so wild that I didn't actually get to eat. So here I am after both kiddos are asleep and I am enjoying my meal. If you see the monitor, there goes Josie, so I will have to pop up there and remind her she is trying to fall asleep. So after I finished eating and got Josie back to sleep, I pumped so Jax can have a bottle. We give him a bottle every single night that I pump, just so that if my supply dips down and when we make that transition to formula, probably around like 6 months, that he has already taken a bottle and can do that well. So after this, I'm just going to enjoy some time with my husband. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and come back every Sunday for a new video.